Happy Friday night, NitroGang live to you guys out there. Now, I am going to be performing some pretty epic nitro surgery, operation, restoration, glorification today. However many Asians you want to add to that, the truth of the fact matter is, I will try to make this Megatech 1+ horsepower rated engine great again. Now I'm going to wait a little while till the bulk of the viewers come into the stream, and then I will explain what is going on. But for now, let me say hello to the great early birds in our hobby here. Today we got Big Boys Toys. How are you, man? I know you had a tough week, but I am happy to see you here, still engaging in social activities. It's very important to keep busy, keep concentrated, and stay positive. We got John Hensley, who himself picked up a pair of Savages this week. Some would call him a savage, but I would call him a Nitro expert savage. Get it? It's a play on words. We got Rory Holler, how you doing? Lotus RC, our great channel mod. We got RPM Nitro. Who else? We got NitroGang Queen Melissa. The rest of you guys, I'm going to say hello in a little bit. Jim Palazzolo. What's going on? Now, you guys might have seen this week's short on this particular Nitro. I know I've been busy with this. Honestly, I want to make this thing a sickening runner. My goal is to take on a TC3 at my local oval RC track. And you guys might know, a TC3 ain't no joke. That thing hits a 2-speed, it handles, and it fires up each and every time. To take on a TC3, you need something extremely sickening. And I think with the factory 1+ horsepower engine, this might just be the special. I don't want to call it a secret because it ain't no secret, but the thing to make that happen. We got Steven Paolo and Only RC Nitros. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. I know where one of you is from in this country, but not the other one. But that's okay, because NitroGang is worldwide. Don't forget. So, I'm going to wait a little while, and guys, I really have to get to work. Now, if you saw this week's short, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want Pinker RC. How you doing? Yes, I am sitting 2 feet from the Wi-Fi router right now. If I was any closer, it would probably be able to pick somebody's nose. Okay? And we don't want to be nose pickers on this channel. Even though one of my favorite songs is by a band called Melancholy. And they sing about, don't pick your nose. It is gross when you pick your nose. That is some of the actual lyrics of the song. Can I get a hell yeah for the band Melancholy? They're fantastic. Kind of in the genre of punk rock, no effects, pulley, rancid. You know how it goes down. All aspects, how you doing, man? Happy Friday to you. So, I hope all of us are staying cool if we possibly can. But I'm gonna have to be yelling 2-speed baby with this, hopefully tomorrow or Sunday. Now, honestly, I like to have a good amount of variety on this channel. But I think this is a Nitro that some people over the past couple weeks have really wanted to see me make great again. After all, Megatech has a lot of mystery. Most of its mystery is quite negative. Is it great or is it not too great? But we're going to make it great again. Oh, we got Steven from Honolulu, Hawaii. I think it's nice and humid out there, isn't it, right now? Steven, you guys use the AC a lot? I'm not sure. You know, depending where you live in this country or the world, it's humidity matters, you could say, right? Anyway, I'm going to wait till maybe a great viewer by the name of Tony shows up. I'm not going to say his last name, but I know he watches this stream. One of my channel viewers and Patreon supporters reached out to me over the week, my guys, and he said, yo, Hybrid, I have a piston and sleeve that you need. And you're looking at it right here. We're going to be putting this into the factory engine. I'm going to have to do a lot of work, to be honest with you. So let me bring you all up to speed on the old piston and sleeve, just so we know where we are at. The old one, if you remember, when I removed it, I got a splinter in my finger. It came from this section. So old piston and sleeve is as they like to say in I guess bad movies, kaput, right? Kaput, kaput. How do you say kaput? Kaput. That's called real bad negative compression. I'm kidding. You don't call negative. It's just bad compression. So, all right. So the old piston and sleeve is basically destroyed. We already know that. The con rod looks, I would say the aluminum is a little on the dark side, which is kind of odd. I wasn't sure why this even happened to begin with. You really shouldn't have a dark con rod like that. But it is what it is. This is the old part. You can see there's a good amount of like surface pitting there on top of the piston, but like it doesn't look destroyed in terms of just gashes or scratches on the inside. So it appears that yes, it must have been this piece right there that chipped off from the piston. Usually it's the skirt that's halfway destroyed, although I see a little bit of chipping there on the bottom of the skirt as well, which is not great. But all the wrist clips are there. Nitro Pimp, how you doing, man? Happy Friday to our awesome channel mod and massive collection restorer at a single time, Nitro Pimp. His username is obvious. He does one thing, and that is make Nitros great again when he possibly can. All right, so we've all concluded this piston and sleeve is destroyed. For those of you that didn't see it, here we go. You're not supposed to be able to push it up all the way. At best, you should start feeling a lot of pinch or tension, compressions, some people say. Basically, at this point, this one is gone. It's negative. It's basically Britney Spears' backup dancer's talent. Okay? You all understand what I'm talking about? Could I get a hell yeah for Britney Spears' backup dancer talent? So that's toast. Now, luckily, Rocky Mountain, how you doing, my dude? As I said before, a great viewer by the name of Tony. I'm going to call him Tony C. I'm not going to say his full username. I don't know if he talks in the chat that much, you know. But CLZ Little John, how you doing with the hell yeah? And Max Fowler, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Reached out to me, he said, I have just the parts you need, bro. I'm going to mail them to you. So here I am with these parts here today. He actually sent a little more something in the mail as a little gift, but I'm not going to reveal what that is right now. That's going to go down in the future. We got Monty Kriska. How you doing with those emojis? By the way, guys, before we get this done, I want to ask you all a question. Did you happen to see HBI's post today on their Facebook page and Instagram? Satan's Rage, how you doing? Yo, Satan, take it easy, man. Take it easy. You know, some people say we are our own Satan. That's debatable. But did you guys happen to see HPI's post today? I could take a quick look at it if you want me to review it. I put a little post there myself. All right, let's go take a little look at it. We're going to type in HPI Racing. And we're going to look at the post. It looks like they want us to wait for something new. I mean, I don't really like waiting that much. Honestly, waiting's overrated, all right? It's beyond overrated. But, here we go. Not a bad idea to, let me just clear some of these things, and we'll take a look at it while we can. Maybe even read some of the comments. Richard B, James Sirmold, how you guys both doing? Happy to see you here. Let me see how I want to do this. I want to show you guys the new post from HPI. You know, just why not? What's up there, Texas Hill Country, the ultimate experimenter of high compression engines. Go to his channel. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so before we continue, let's just take a little read on HPI's post. This must have been today, I'm assuming, right? So this is their post today. Are you all ready for a new release? Let's see what it says. Keep your eyes peeled on Monday, the 14th of July, 2025. Well. Let's see what the comments have to say. Lucas, how you doing, man? HPI wants to give us a little trickaroo. Don't know what it's going to be. Oh, my God, what is that already? somebody already responded. Whoa, it's some guy holding two savages, everybody. Some would say this guy is a true savage. Some would say it's a true Nitro Pimp savage. Yeah, that's sickening. All right. Ryan Eve goes, Nitro RS4, he's going to get a like. Kyle McCarthy, that's KGM, wants the Octane. I agree. We want the Octane. Full Tones goes, it's a Ford truck. Can you tell us what the drivetrain is? What's that? Just the body or something? It looks pretty nice, though. Zach Wright, how you doing? Bring back the Nitro RS4 in a 4th gen. Great idea. Right now, guys, we're just going over the HPI post from today. Looks like a U4 comp truck. I sure hope it's not. Please be a Nitro from Aaron Karn. Please, please, triple please. I like this guy. Hell yeah. Right there, you gotta like. Tonic RC goes, I don't know, looks like a big fan. A performance monster truck that competes with the OC LMT. So I guess he wants an electric. That's a no. Lucas Island, he already got a like. That's a big like. Let's see. Let's see if they responded. Oh, happy birthday. All right, so on my birthday, Solid Axle Monster. It looks like they're releasing something to compete with the Losi LMT. I see a hashtag Ford. You have my attention. It's sickening. Mike Ross, new release, as in new, never seen before. Right, either way, people asking for RS4s. I agree. But, oh, Zach Cowan, bring back the Nitro RS4. Hell yeah to this guy right there. All right, let's go back to the Megatech. And just to show you guys, this is the ad. Well, I don't want to call it the ad. This is the post from HPI. Are you all ready for the new release? And I responded with two savages. I mean, honestly, I had no choice. Dola, Brolik, how you doing? The Nitro Addiction is back. I missed you guys. I mean, you guy. Damn, you're not a guy. You're a single person. I mean, singular individual. Can't refer to you as guys. You're a guy with a channel with a lot of nitros. So, guys, Nitro Addiction is here. He's doing okay. All right, we're going to continue back with this. So, what's up? All right, back on the Megatech. Let me go to Max Fowler. He has a good question right here. And before I continue, he goes, hey, weird question. Have you ever seen when they used the T-Max in one scene of the late 90s movie Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen? Bro, I definitely have. In fact, they've used a good amount of hobby-grade RCs over the years, right? I should find a clip of that somewhere. We're going to get it done. Eric and Matthew, how you doing, brother? Happy to see you here again. Famous username on this channel, guys. Eric and Matthew with deep down connection to Wolfpack Radicals, which actually did make upgrades, I think, for the Megatech as well, if I'm correct, but mostly for the HPI series. All right, let us continue, everybody. So, new piston sleeve, all that is good to go. I'm going to have to remove this engine. If you guys saw the short, I was able to get this Force 12 to run, but, you know, it doesn't have the best of compression. The compression is fairly average. Oh, stuff just fell. It's no big deal. Stuff just fell. The most annoying thing on this, I had to reuse the carb. And I'm going to have to remove pretty much everything to get to the engine mounts, because we're going to have to reuse those engine mounts, right? So let's continue, everybody. How'd you like my response to HPI? It's pretty sickening, huh? I let them know. NitroGang wants pretty much any type of nitro, as long as it's a Savage or an RS4, or pretty much any nitro, really. Okay. Chris Stock goes, am I familiar with the OPS engines? I've had a couple over the years. I don't have any currently, but those are like, you know, a pretty old vintage brand. You know, nitro engines brand-wise, as long as they have compression, like they're all runners, right? That's what it comes down. But, you know, obviously that brand is not being made anymore. Okay, everybody. First thing we're going to do, we're going to start assembling this engine. So I've done what I can. Now, it is going to be kind of annoying, really, to start with parts that I still need that are on this Megatech. By the way, if you're just showing up, could you give this video a little bit of a like? I don't really ask for likes, but unfortunately, I'm not the YouTube algorithm god. And, you know, I still depend on the support of people in the stream, unfortunately. You know, we all want to be independent, like Beyonce, you know, Miss Independent. But guess what? We're not a chick, and we're not married to Jay-Z, okay? That's the truth right here. Therefore, I need your thumbs up, my dudes, please. Look at this. I even grew this nail. You see what I'm talking about? I deserve it, baby. Full tones goes, why don't you pinch the sleeve? That's always an option. The reason I did not do it to the dead one in here, Tony, Gabriel, and John, how you guys both doing? Happy to see you here. Is because, as I said earlier, I don't know if you missed it or not, but I'll just repeat it. Nitro Jamie, awesome channel member, what's up? This one is missing a piece of aluminum here on the top. So, you know, the NitroGang here, along with me, has concluded it is not repinchable because the piston itself is just damaged on the factory piston and sleeve. We got Dan and Mads RC in the stream. Happy Friday to you, man. All right. So I have regular after-run oil and I have 3-in-1 oil. Considering I am really, really low on this one, I think I'm going to use the after-run today right now. And then, you know, it'll fire up. Mark Nugent, how you guys, well, guy doing? Grizzly RC, happy to see you here. John Gartner as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Now, let's see, did I finish my coffee? Damn it. Finished my coffee. I'm all out. You see that, the cup? Melissa, we got any snacks? Damn, she said we got no snacks. Damn. That's gonna be bad. All right, so first thing I'm gonna have to do, everything here is clean. I've cleaned it all. I hope this is assembled correctly. Now, Big Boys Toys here with a question. I'm gonna read your question. It goes, question, hybrid. Recently acquired a heat gun with adjustable heat settings. What temp should I set it to? I mean, obviously, even if you go 300 degrees or whatever, you know, you're never going to get your engine to that temp anyway. So at best, you're really only trying to get to like 180, 200, you know, on an average engine. Of course, you have a lot of the high RPM engines, so you might want to go in the 200 plus range. John, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here. I got a piston and sleeve, and we're going to put it into the factory engine. So that's the update. Honestly, Big Boys Toys, with the heat, you got to be a little bit careful sometimes. Don't keep the heat gun on one position the whole time. There's still some rubber components around the engine. You don't want to heat stress some of those parts. So, you know, I think the variable factor of the temperature settings on a heat gun is actually not the biggest problem, but more like even heating without destroying anything. And also, don't put the heat gun directly on like a, you know, if it's a big block or some kind of race engine, don't put it on the spring, on the exhaust spring. The exhaust spring will lose its tension. I've done it, and trust me, it happens. So usually do it on the cooling head, and also do not put the heat gun on the glow plug like from the top. You will destroy that glow plug. Bad idea. So best to do it around like that, you know, like a couple seconds on this side, couple seconds on that side, and rotate. BMR31, how you doing, man? Happy Friday to ya. All right. So let's begin with this. My hands are pretty clean. What I'm going to have to do is tighten everything up. The reason is when I disassembled this and just showed it to you guys on the stream, obviously I didn't tighten it all back up. So everything here should be okay. We have the spacers correct. The flywheel nut is okay. So I'm going to tighten the flywheel nut real good. You guys let me know if the advice I gave to Big Boys Toys is logical. But for me, I find it to be very logical. All right. What's the problem with this? We're going to have to, since I don't have the cylinder installed, I can't put a piston locking tool. So I'm going to have to hold the connecting rod with something safe inside, actually. You guys understand what I'm doing? because it's slipping. Without the piston locking tool, this is pretty tough to do. I'm gonna have to, this is a clean vice grip with like a pretty soft grip on this. So I'm gonna insert it this way. This way the piston, the connecting rod cannot spin through. This is the most logical solution that I can do right now. Make sense, everybody, or what? All right. It's gonna work, because you see right there, it's basically jamming it. It's not gonna break nothing. All right. Going good so far. All right. I think that's good. Problem solved. All right. It's pretty tight. I cleaned this with soap. It should be very good now. Oh, well, I don't want to say very good now, but clean enough. Connecting rod is spinning. The bearings are not destroyed. Inside of the block is okay. We just have a small amount of, you know, minor rust. Most of that will get cleaned up when the engine is running good. All right, let's put the clutch in. You see that right there? Anybody tell me what's not good so far? Could I get a what's not good so far? I know Nitro Pimp and some of you guys out there know what I'm talking about. The spring is directly where one of the shoes opens. That's not great. I don't really want to remove the spring though, to be honest with you. Because it looks okay for now, but I don't want to remove the spring. Let me see if I could just shift it a little bit. You don't really want to have the part where the spring meets exactly where one of the shoes spreads apart. That's not a good idea. I'm going to see if I could just move it. Just safely. I don't want to open it, really. If I have to, I'll have to. But I also don't want to ruin the spring. Okay, looks like it's... Oh, yep. I was able to move it, guys. Sickening. Maxwell Bruckner. You see that? You said spin it, and we spun it. So it's pretty good. Maybe a little more. Yep, that's it. You want to get it as close to the center of, you know, well, this uses a 3-shoe clutch. The Traxxas ones are 2-shoe. So here you obviously have less area. But that did the job, guys. Let me check the tension. Tension seems okay. It's pretty tight, the clutch spring. I think we have ourselves a major success just went down, right? All right, major success. Put it back. And that's it. This is really going to reduce some of the, well, I don't want to say tension, but if you have this opening in an area where the shoe spreads apart, there's a possibility of it coming apart, you know, just due to repetitive action. Yeah, Nitro Pimp confirms. Bad idea to have it on the gap. All right, so we got this in. Now, at this point, I really need to start removing the engine out of this car, I think. Or what do you guys want me to do? Because I need the rest of the drivetrain components, right, in the front. By the way, I'm also simultaneously working on an RC10 GT. If you guys want, I might do a fire in a hole on the fully destroyed RC10 GT. It is probably the worst one ever seen in the world. All right, John goes, yes. All right, I might do it, but like it's a real bad RC10 GT. How about this? Let's do a couple minutes on this, and then I promise I will attempt to fire up on an RC10 GT. But it's gonna be real bad. Don't get like don't get your hopes up. It's real bad. Yeah, Nitro Pimp goes, no RC10 GT, thank you, over them. They are one of those cars that have a mythical power in terms of well, pretty much everything, right? But it's a generation-old design. It's good for what it was, but for modern RC, of course, they're not really debatable. All right, so I think at this point we're gonna do. I can do the entire backplate actually. Yeah, it's a good idea. While my hands are clean, I'm gonna start assembling these components. You guys agree or what? By the way, I think the stream quality is real impressive right now. I only have 4 drops of sweat on my forehead instead of 6 like usual. 4. guys. 4. All right. So, yeah, that's it. I'm going to start putting this in just because my hands are clean. So once again, special thanks and shout out to Tony C. When he watches this later, he mailed me the piston and sleeve. The compression, the pinch is fairly good. Now, I took a look at this piston close up. And, I mean, there is a little bit of minor chunking over there. Let me see if I can get a good quality zoom in on that. Right there. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe these pistons from Megatech are just all kind of not really great. What's up there, Chef Beardsley? I enjoyed your comment today on the HPI post, bro. I told him, yeah, we want nitros and savages. So, I mean, you know, we're going to see what's going on. All right, so first thing, got to drop the piston in there. So I've cleaned the block as much as possible. It's pretty good. Actually, let me see what that little piece is over there. When I see something that reflects light in an odd way, I get weird. Okay, it's fine. That's not a chunking of any kind. All right, we got some oil on that. All right, so this is basically fully clean. Should be fine. Either way, it's going to get oiled up again. That's right, man. Photones, you got to lube up the holes. Pitbull Air Cooled, how you doing, man? Top tip. This is called a skirt. Not what women wear, but this is the Nitro piston skirt, right? It has to always be facing the carburetor. So the skirt always faces forward. The skirt never faces back. Makes sense. Secondhand RC, how you doing, bro? Skirt faces forward, everybody. Don't forget. It's pretty tough to forget, but you know, with people's orientations these days, it's hard not to forget. It's almost in there. It's got to align it better. It's to be this way. It's easy when the piston is not hitting anything from the inside there. All right, so I'm gonna have to just do. Let me do this off camera. It's hard for me to focus this way. All right, got it. There it goes. By the way, guys, I got a little bit of a back injury. I got some biofreeze on me. Took some ibuprofen. So pain, no gain. I'm doing this to get it done, everybody. All right, so the piston is in there. The skirt is facing the correct orientation. Lasso Kid, what's up, bro? J Post, you get it done at your own pace, bro. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm just one guy, man. Don't go by me, dude. Don't go by me. I'm just a guy who dedicates his life to this crap. You know what I'm saying? Which is fun. I like it. Okay. Next up, we're going to get the sleeve in there. That's going to be a little tougher, but it'll work. So this sleeve has a notch in it. There's pretty much no way you can insert it wrong. Ben, how you doing, man? I'm just out here with the new, well, it's a used piston sleeve, but it's in good condition. Well, we'll see if it's a runner, but, you know, I'm pretty sure it'll be a runner. All right. Got it oiled up. It's getting more oil than some of Toyota's engines for for a decade, you know, 2007, 2006 to 2012. You know about the Toyota engine issues? Trust me, I had one of those engines. J-Post, tell us which Kyosho you're working on. I'm pretty sure when you say the word Kyosho, people here in the stream get a little happy. Max Bruck wants on what material? This is ABC, aluminum, brass, chrome. So it's pretty shiny. It's in real good condition. I shouldn't have any issues. I'm going to put some around here. And as it goes in, I mean, it should be fine. All right, so there's a pin sticking out of there on the top. I'm going to try to align it if possible, but it ain't going to be easy sometimes when you put the sleeve in. All right, it's going in, nice and smooth. Now I just got to seat the piston in there. A couple back and forth rocking actions, and boom, it seats itself, guys. It seated itself. Now that is extra sickening, huh? Always can't hurt to put a little more. All right, got to get this aligned and just slam it down. All right, piston is moving. Got to seat it right there. That's sometimes the annoying part. If you don't align it correctly, it just doesn't go in the correct position. Then you have to like remove it. I could see somebody used a good amount of wrenches over here already. Now, let me do this off camera. All right, my dudes. The Nitro Eagle has landed. It's totally seated. Look at that seat. It's like sitting on the bus and not standing. Trust me, I know a lot about that. All right, we got ourselves, I could see as I'm moving it, as a good amount of pinch at the top. I can barely even get it past this position. So it spins over fine. No weirdness going on. So we got ourselves a serviceable piston sleeve. Oh, man, that is oily. I'm going to need a... it's going to leak out all over here. It's all right. It's no big deal. You know what? I'm going to start assembling the back of this engine. What do you guys think? Assemble the back? All right. I'm going to get some of this out because it's too much. All right, I should be okay. Thing is, if you OD on the afterburn oil, you're going to have a hard time starting it. All right, bros, backplate time. Backplate time. So notice for vintage Max, bro, yes, this is the factory pull starter. That's why I really wanted to rebuild this engine, because actually the starting accessories are good condition. There's nothing wrong with the starting accessories at all. So we have an internal one-way bearing. I cleaned it. It's good. And the rubber seal on the side of the back plate is in good condition as well. Small proof you can't kill it, you know. Pretty clean for a 20. I would say this is 25 years old, probably. Probably came out in, you know, the 2000s. Probably the very, very early 2000s. All right, Megatech is being made great again, everybody. Let's put this in. Yeah, the cooling head is not the best, but, you know, eventually I'll probably find one that's not destroyed. It's pretty good, though. The important thing is the seal is good. All right, that's it. It's seated. We're going to tighten it. Pretty sure it's these screws. I want to say thank you guys for being here. For the very few of you that might have watched this week's electric bike video, I appreciate it. I mean, I understand it isn't the typical content of this channel, but guys, I didn't sign no contracts on what I can or can't do videos on. All right? Modern YouTubers today are nothing more than business people. Every video is just basically a lie. For me, I do what I like, when I like, how I like doing it. That's the reality right here. All right, going together fairly well. I'm not over tightening it right now, just a little bit of tightness. That's right, hell yeah, man. All right, a little tighter now in the X pattern. Yep, Lasso Kid got an e-bike, very convenient. And guys, I literally take that bike to the RC track with a Nitro strapped onto it, okay? So I use it for purposes of this channel. John, thank you, man. I'm glad you liked that e-bike video. All right, so let's just spin this over. All right, everything seems fine. It's connected. One-way bearing is, in fact, working correctly. All right, so we're at this point now. At this point, what I can do is assemble the cooling head. Probably a good idea, because after this, you know, my hands are probably going to get dirty. Oh, we got Wonder Bread here. How you doing? By the way, everybody, you remember I told you all to get the Serpent SRX8 before the price went up? Guess what? The price went up. It's $560 now. It was $440 last week. Well, $460. Well, no, $440. I mean, still get it, but you're going to overpay now. So, I told you all. Okay. I'm going to assemble the upper portion. So, let me ask you all a question. I could either dig real deep and get a factory. Tarek, how you doing, man? I'm happy you made it. Let me give you a quick update. A great viewer by the name of Tony C sent in a used but in good quality condition piston and sleeve. I just put it in. So now we actually have ourselves a good amount of pinch at the top on this original M16 engine. All I got left to do is to assemble the rest of it. So the question is, should I go all out and get a Megatech glow plug? Andrew Pope, what's up, man? Happy Friday to you. Andrew Pope, a good friend of the channel. Because, you know, I bought a ton of these original Megatech glow plugs. What do you think? Can I get a hell yeah for that? Unfortunately, I'm running out of that ton already. So, this is going to be highly desirable with this glow plug, in fact. This is the correct glow plug for these engines. Actually, also used for the higher horsepower engines as well. John, who the hell yeah? I knew it would come from you. I knew it. All right, so let's see. Make sure it's actually the correct threads. Although it should be the correct ones. Because Megatech really only made this style of engine, like displacement-wise. So I cannot imagine that it will be something else. All right, so factory Megatech Christianelli glow plug, guys. Iridium. Sickening. You can't find stuff like that. I'm telling you, this is impossible to get. Look at that Q on it. It says Q. You guys watch Star Trek? You know Q? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's all right. Good thing I'm doing this while my hands are still clean. All right, perfect. It's definitely the correct glow plug. So our washer looks okay. That's all right, Big Boys Toys. Looks good. We got ourselves the Q glow plug. That's the Q series. That was the name of the signature engines made by, well, not made, but more like marketed by Christianelli during that time period. All right, I think we have enough oil in there. Let me just check what that thing is over there. Give me a second. All right, that's nothing. Close this up. John Hensley, thank you, bro. Keep fixing, finding, and running these older gems. That's our goal. All right, it went in real nice and deep and tight. Let me get the head in. And, I mean, I'll be able to test the compression right now, guys. Full tones, the sleeve is lined up. The sleeve, just so you know, I'll show you right now. I'll show you right now, full tones, bro. I'm glad you mentioned that, but yes, you could see the exhaust port. You see right there? I could clearly see the exhaust port. And the sleeve could only go in one direction. There's a notch. You see the notch right there for the sleeve? Look at that HD clarity, guys. Ain't nobody have stream quality like this. Nobody. You know why? Because I'm sitting in a hot room with poor air circulation right now to bring you this quality. So it's definitely correct. Doesn't really matter which position the head is in. But, you know, you guys can point out whatever, you know, I'm not going to get angry at you or nothing like that. Yeah, sometimes I do make mistakes. It does happen, but it's pretty infrequent. Actually very infrequent, but it does happen. Good news is the compression seems to be okay so far, even without the head off. But I'm going to kind of tighten it lightly, and we'll check ourselves. John Hurley, how you doing, bro? Yep, we're sacrificing Friday nights with the wifey, but it's okay, you know. What are you going to do? I only had a full day of work, you know, probably almost got into 2 fights on the subway today. But Nitro's got to be made great when possible. All right, so it's in there. Let me tighten it up a little bit. And we can spin it over with the flywheel. All right, feels better. Original Man RC, man, how you doing? Guys, Original is one of my RC buddies over at the RC track. You're going to be seeing him in a couple of videos shortly, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. You going to the track, bro? I'm just working on this old Megatech engine was toast. So got another, you know, internal parts. This is the piston and sleeve. I replaced them. This is basically what gives you compression, man. So let me check right now by spinning over the flywheel. Oh, I didn't tighten the glow plug. I was about to say, we got no compression. But you're going to see Original. He's a cool dude. He has a bunch of different types of RCs. Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm going to spin it over and give you my impression and listen to it. Go ahead, guys. You can listen to it. Sometimes when you spin it over and you hear air escaping, it's a bad sign. So you can listen to it and you can feel it. Oh, yeah, the compression is good and I don't hear anything. I'm going to do it again slowly and not talk from this side. It feels perfect. It feels real tight. Feels real tight. I got no more tightness comparisons, but it feels real tight. Okay, everybody. So at this point, what do you think? Assemble the pull starter assembly? That way I'll have less parts here on the table, actually. I think Original here in the chat just picked himself up a, what What would he pick himself up? An HSP 10 scale touring car. He goes, going tomorrow. Going to ask you if you're going 6 p.m. I might go, bro. I might go. It's gonna be hot. If I go, I'll probably ride my bike there. You know, with like a Nitro in the back. I might go. I normally do streams like around that time, but you know, I might go. You know if anyone else is going? All right, let's insert the pull starter. All right, man, we got ourselves a fit. Hey, Melissa, I need that Phillips screwdriver. You know the red screwdriver? I need it real bad. It's okay, I'm going to use this for now, though, bro. No music, RC. How you doing, bro? Dude, just go to this part of the stream because then I could actually talk to you. But, you know, I know a great channel viewer, No Music RC, likes to do things his way. That's where, you know, the slogan for Burger King came from. Get your Whopper your way. Oh, original. Okay, we ain't going to be there? All right. You guys let me know in the group chat. I'll probably show up. You know, I ran out of blueberries to eat, so I'll probably show up. All right, she got me the screwdriver I needed. All right, so the bulk of the engine parts are done. It's now going to be removing the stuff from the old build. All right, let's just check the compression this way again with the pull starter. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you want it to sound like. By the way, guys, I was browsing on A-Main, and guess what? I came across exactly the engine I needed before I knew I needed an engine. The very first link I'm going to show you right now. We're going to go take a quick look at it, okay? So the very first link I put in the description right here. Give it a like. It's actually more than 4, trust me. It just, I didn't refresh it. Right there, SH18 engine. In stock. Major greatness right here. SH18, it's about 1 horsepower, slide carb, standard shaft, side exhaust. You understand this is exactly what we need to repair vintage RCs. If you're looking for something that you need, like an old HPI or something like that, this will be a drop-in for you, baby, a drop-in. All right? Drop-in. Okay, so click the link and get it. I might actually order it up myself, depending on how this goes. You know, because this is still a used part. Like, let's be honest here. All right, let me finish some of this componentry in the front, and then we're gonna go. You guys said you wanted a fire in the hole on an RC10 GT. Am I correct on that? I think I am correct on that. All right. All right. What I don't remember actually is the spacers that it had. Jason goes, you think that engine will work in a Terra Crusher? Jason, bro, it will 100% work in a Terra Crusher. Because a Terra Crusher, think about it. What do you need? Well, you might reuse the carb because a Terra Crusher has a rotary carb. So you're going to have to reuse the carb. But all those small block engines, they basically have, all the carbs are basically the same. Like this carb and the carb that I swapped, it's the same opening, right? Tarek, bro, thank you so much for that. So that will be on deck, right? If this engine is toast, who knows? It's still used. That honestly, the Megatech quality parts are not very good. As you saw, pieces of metal could easily just chunk off. So even though it seems good now, it might not be very good. Plus, the cooling head is ugly. So thank you for that super chat from Tarek. I appreciate it. Let me ask you guys right now. You want me to pull this engine? Because I got to get ready to remove everything here in the front. It's going to be a long haul, bro. It's going to be a long haul. I hope I have some snacks ready. Because it's going to be a long haul adventure. I need the carb, all that. But basically, yes, for a Terra Crusher, the most important thing is you have a standard shaft, which that SH has a standard shaft, and you need side exhaust. The problem is today, guys, there's almost no engines with side exhaust anymore. Rockin' Coop about to get his RC10 GT. All right, how about this, bros? We're going to take a little mini break, and we're going to go take a look at... I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably the world's worst RC10 GT you have ever seen. You guys could reserve your judgment, but for me, it's 100% the worst one ever. And yes, the engine is 100% toast. It's beyond toast. I'm going to tell you right now, the engine is toast. But the question is it repairable? Yeah, so I see you guys talking about that engine for the RC10 GT. Those are different because those also use short shafts. So you might have to cut it. Right on that Nitro pimp. I'm not an expert in the RC10 GT engines, but they're way more unique than something like this nature, right? All right, let's go head out, right? The quality might get a little bit worse, but as soon as I go outside, it should stabilize. By the way, I'm fighting some hardcore back pain right now. I had to put on some kind of cooling spray. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's real bad. All right, bros. Let me see what I need right here. Okay, I got the glow driver. We're going to need the sealant later. Let's roll out. It ain't going to take too much time. Give me a second. I'm going to cover up the screen. And we're going to go take a look at this RC10 GT. It's one that I've been working on as a project, but it might be dead end. Hey, my dudes. Y'all want to say hello to Sandy? Sandy, how you doing, bro, my dude? Could we get a meow? Meow. Could we get ourselves a little meow? Yeah. All right, he's outside. Guys, he's looking at the window, okay? You can't disturb his window looking time. All right? He looks like a sphinx over there. Yeah, Sandy the Sphinx.
Leave Sandy alone.
Sandy, you know the Sphinx? You've been to Egypt? You want to go on the trip to the Great Pyramids? Get ahead of the pyramids. I don't see why not. Oh, we got a meow. All right, let's roll. I'm going to show you the RC10 GT now. Thomas Flint, man, how you doing? That's right, Nismo. You said it. All right, let me get ready. All right, my dudes. So here is the truck. It's my work table a little bit. I was doing some stuff. I got to clean it up. But here is the one that I was just talking about. The body seems okay for what it is. Yo, I'm going to need some water. Hold on. Guys, got a question for you. I got a snack in my hands. What snack you think it is? Go ahead. If you guess what snack I got, I will give you this RC10 GT. But you only got like 1 minute to guess. You got 1 minute to guess what snack I got. Damn, you saw the snack. That's it. Guessing is over. It's over. No more guessing. I'll have to come up with another one. Forget about the snack. I accidentally showed it, I think. All right, my dudes. We got an avocado. It's delicious. Oh, there's Sandy walking around. Dad and Mad's RC. You know I'd be living that Nissan life. I used to be a Nissan salesman back when I graduated college. 1 year. And now, I actually own 2 Nissans. 23 Rogue and a 2012 Murano SL. Sickening avocado over here. Guess how much these cost? 2 for 3, baby. 2 for 3. Inflation's so high, I can't even tell if that's good. That's a good deal anymore or not. John Hensino wants to know, where did I get the RC10 GT? So I've had this one for a while. Enough snack time, bro. Let's go outside. I'll show it to you. Well, you know, I'm going to show it to you right now. Go ahead. Tell me what you think is wrong. There's a lot wrong. Yes. So I've actually had this one for a while. It was like in my shed. It was one of those RCs that like I just put in my shed. But when I got it, it was already real bad. So I've cleaned up the engine as much as possible. Big Boys Toys, thank you, man. Yep, definitely. Never forget the family, man. Never forget the fam. Gotta get a picture of your mom. Put it up on the wall. I have one of my grandfather, bro. He's my top guy, man. My gramps, top guy. Top guy. Anyway. Drivetrain appears to be good. Spur gear appears to be good. I have some missing components in the front, so basically no clutch bell at this point. But I do have the clutch bell. The engine has real trash compression. Beyond trash. Fuel tank, I'm just running a spare temp fuel tank for now. So it looks like whoever ran it before obviously also shaved part of the chassis right here, right? But as I spin it, it's real bad. Anyway, the question is, guys, do you think this will still fire up? What do you think? You think we're going to have a fire in the hull? I'm going to have to use a starter box. Stockman 4.6, what's up, bro? This is HPI RS43 fuel tank. Obviously, it's not for this. It's just a temporary fuel tank. It's just for this purpose. I'm also missing this bracket for the upper brace, for the chassis brace. All right, my guys, let's go outside, all right? I'm going to do a fire in the hole. Melissa, come close the door, please. It's too hot out here. Okay, give me a second. I'm getting the starter box. Close the door. All right, guys, I'm outside right here now. Stream should get a little bit better. Give me a second right there. I'm going to get the lights set up. All right. Okay. Damn LED lights. Can't get them to do what you want. Can't get them for free. Okay, here we go. So I did do a lot of work on this, to be honest with you. I don't know if I really should have, but the pull starter is busted on this one, by the way, guys. All right, so let me switch this around. The audio is much better when it's coming from the front of the mic. Let me clean the mic a little. I mean, the camera. There's no mics in the front. All right. Oh, crap. By the way, I am right here, okay? How you doing? All right, starter box is on. It has to be positioned this way. So I got to prime it, and then we'll see what happens. It's not going to be good. What do you guys think is going to happen? So like I said, it's an old RC10 GT I've been working on. The question is now whether it's worth restoring. I do have the clutch bell on it. I do have the clutch shoes that it came with, but the bearings that were there were not even real bearings. They're like bushings. They're completely broke, bro. All right, Jason just bought the last engine. Well, congratulations, bro. I'm sure there'll be more in stock. By the way, Dynamite is over, but we still got SH, don't forget. I'm gonna prime it. And we'll see what happens. I think it'll run, but probably for like 5 seconds at best. All right, it's definitely primed. That's right, James. Goes always fire. It's probably going to be real high idle because I have it kind of high right now. It has no compression, so it'll fire up, but it's going to shut down real quick. Gotta get a fire in the hole. Let's go. So, Ryder, you're gonna die now. Yeah, that's basically what it does. It fires up and dies. That's basically all I'm able to get it to do. So we know that the carb did flow fuel because, right, it primed correctly. That means some of the fuel did make it into the engine. And I have the high-speed needle, like, obviously not lean or nothing. I could try it again, but engine-wise, this thing is toast. I mean, it did fire it up. The question was, will it fire up, right? Like, it did fire up. Thomas Flynn, bro. Sickening pickup on the right cat rampage. You know, I'm a big fan of those, you know? All right, well, I'll try it again, but it's basically useless at this point. Engine is toast. Lawrence Winter, welcome back, brother. How you doing? Let's try it again. I think it'll still fire up, but badly. Carb, yeah, that's it. That's basically all it's able to do. It's not much. I mean, still, for like a really, really low compression engine, you got to give it to Associated. The carb still flows fuel. It still holds back pressure. I could try it again, but it's pretty much useless, I think. You know what I mean? All right, guys, what do you say? You want to go back to the Megatech? Anyway, this is my you know, RC10 GT. Work in progress. The servos are all bad. Everything is literally it's all bad. It cannot be any worse. This is the worst RC10 GT I have ever had on this channel, right? I wasn't even really planning on restoring it, but sometimes when you're home with back pain, you just want to work on a nitro, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's go back inside, guys. What do you think? Good job? Average job? All right, Nitro Pimp, we'll see. I don't know. I'm also not really, I have an RC10 GT of this generation. I'm not really that keen, as they say, on fixing this. I will say it's possible, John Hensley, thank you, man. It's possible that like using this just for a parts car is probably a better idea. The exhaust is pretty good on these. The headers is hard to find. You know, once I clean this up, these parts will have some good value. The carb is good. You saw it flows. It flows fuel well. The shocks are not bad if I clean them up, but the rest of the stuff is basically it's you know, there's always something for somebody, but the question is, will it be me today? All right, let's yeah, BMR goes, he has a ton. RC10 GT needs a ton of work. Yeah, this is one of those cars. And plus, even when you make it, you know, drivable, they don't have that much of a resale value anyway. There's a lot of RC10 GTs on the used market. They generally go for like 200-ish or so at best. Like, there's really nothing beyond that. All right, guys, let's go back in and we'll continue working on the Megatech, right? Hell yeah. Let me block this a little bit. I wonder if I have some more cucumbers in the back there. Probably do. And we'll continue. Let me block this in a little bit until I get back to the room. Appreciate you guys chatting, supporting, being positive, you know, and not fake positive just for the sake of being positive, but like actually positive. Don't make me open the NitroGang refrigerator, because I'll open that SOB right now. Thank you for that from John Hensley. I appreciate that, man. Sandy, say thank you. He almost said it. Sandy, get back here. Sandy, can I get a hell yeah meow from you? Oh, he did it. He did the meow. Okay, he's done with the meows now. That's all he had. All right, I'm gonna go back up now, guys, and continue working on the Megatech. So thank you for that. Sandy said thank you with the meow. Gotta tell you, trying to tell your cat to meow is real difficult because those they don't listen. Oh, Andrew Pope sold the N64. That's right, man. I gotta tell you, nothing like gaming on an N64. You know why? Because things freaking load fast. Well, there really is no loading, right? Because it's cartridge based. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. So I got most of this engine assembled. Let me take a quick break here. I had to walk up some stairs right there. Tired now. Been doing more cardio at the gym, but my freaking back hurts this week. That's right, Stock Man. He goes, always turns on. Exactly. Well, because those games, I actually have a couple of videos on my channel on the N64 if you guys want to check it out. Hold on, I gotta get back to this video. Can't find my own video. Okay, here we go. What's up, Eddie McRae? Happy to see you here, man. Let's get back to this, guys. It's engine time. Well, it's been engine time, but it's more engine time. If I have enough energy, because I only really had a third of an avocado, you know, you need more energy. Probably need to order a pizza or something. You know, avocado prices went up, so I only eat half an avocado at a time now. You know what I'm saying? Half. It's called half avocado. Get it? It's a joke. Bad joke, everybody. Bad joke. Bad joke. You can come over and hit me if you want. Bad joke. All right, so let's continue with the carb. Now it's going to be disassembly of this truck chassis. Chassis. My bad, bros. Chassis. Man, honestly, I would have kept it the way it is, but this engine is it's obviously super ugly. You could tell it's missing like a lot of the fins. It runs okay, but it's not ideal. You know, I don't think I'd be able to actually run this on a track for a long time. I'm looking for the right tools. Give me a second. Hey, Melissa, are there more drivers up there? The drivers? What? I need a 2.5. Can you bring me a 2.5 driver? It should be in the or bring me that whole driver, the pink ones. Please, please. All right. So we're gonna start when she brings me the correct tools. I might have not carried them all up. The truth is, I repair these cars in different rooms of the house based on Wi-Fi connection. All right, I hear someone on the stairs. Her name better be Melissa. And it was Dynamite, bro. Dynamite makes real good, inexpensive tools. Rock and Coop wants to know, how's the compression? On the Force 12, it's not bad. The compression, I mean, look, I can lift the whole car basically almost like that. I mean, almost, you know. It's like 50% not good. It's a beater engine. The cooling head is just not good looking, but otherwise the engine is it's okay. Hold on a second, bros. Are you telling me the tool I need is not here? The one driver I need is the one that's missing. I gotta go walk around. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second, all right? All right, we're back in business. Back in business, gang. Wasaid. All right. Remember when everyone's walking around saying West Side, East Side? Mainly Ali G did that. Rockin' Coupe, yes, I did see that. I mean, honestly, that's not a real hybrid, and I just don't think that's a thing, bro. But Raw RC, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. Happy Friday to you. I mean, you can call these hybrids already. Think about it. They use both electric and nitro power. They're literally already hybrids. You know, the word hybrid has been misused throughout the generations. There we go. That was a tight one. Well, at least we know gear mesh wouldn't be a problem. Well, now it's going to be the interesting part, is setting the engine mounts and disassembling this engine back. I'm not looking forward to it, guys. To be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to it. Gonna get this last one out. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, the Megatech chassis is actually kind of flexible. But what I will say is their engine mounts are really, really well made. Okay. Rusty Customs, what's up, man? Happy Friday to you. I'm over here. This is like literally day 4 of working on this car. Well, that's more than day 4. But this Megatech just cannot get fixed, bro. But right now, you know, I think it's going to get repaired with the factory engine. It's going to be fine. All right, here we go. As I was saying, honestly, their engine is real flexible. If I wanted to, I could literally bend it like this, no problem. You see this? Watch this. Yeah, it's real flexible. But that don't matter. All right, guys. The main goal now is going to be quite annoying, but I need to get the engine mounts. These are the Megatech engine mounts. They have a lot of adjustability. You can move them back and forth. And obviously the chassis itself. Notice all of the adjustability holes you have. That's a lot of adjustability, bros. You could use either set of holes, in and out. That's like an inch of adjustability right there. It's a freaking inch. All right, guys. As Cisco says, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your nitro cooling heads. First thing I think we should do is the carb. What do you say, the carb? Go ahead, guys. By the way, have you noticed my clever Traxxas dust boot on this? I think that's clever. All right, we're going to do the carb first because I could seal it easily. And like all this stuff is still clean. And I can copy the orientation of the carb. All right, so this face is left. Well, I might as well take the exhaust off. Yeah, you know what? Taking the exhaust off is probably the smartest thing to do right now, because either way, it's going to have to get swapped. Could I get a take the exhaust off hybrid? Hell yeah. Great. Okay, great. Oh, Grateful Dabs, how you doing, man? So your comment the other day, I'm gonna respond to it in a little while, bro. Sorry, I didn't respond to it. I think on the bike it was. All right, exhaust is out. The original gasket seems to be holding just fine. And these parts are pretty clean. I washed them before I swapped them. Okay. Got the 2 exhaust screws. All right, so now it's going to be carb time. So I reused the carb from the Megatech engine on this engine because it's basically a slide versus rotary issue at this point. So I do have the original Force 12 carb. Let me show you the Force 12 carb. If you guys want to see it, I'll show it to you. Hold on a second. I had an SH carb on this the whole time? Well, that's sickening. I thought I had a Force carb. No, I had a SH12. Not bad. But it's rotary, so pretty much that's why I couldn't use it on this engine. All right, let's jiggle this out. Jiggled it out, came out nice and easy. Look how clean that is. So we got a silicone O-ring and that. Let me see. I'm gonna have to clean all this up. Oh, I hear Sandy meowing. Let me clean this up a little bit over here on the side, okay? One second. All right, it's fine. All right, cleaned it up. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some of this oil in there on the crankshaft. I realized I didn't put any on the crankshaft before, I think. I'm gonna spin it over. Oh, that feels nice. That's pretty good compression now on this. Guys, if I can finish this all tonight, I might fire it up. All right. So let me remove the air filter. This is the original SH carb, Megatech carb. Sorry, Megatech, not SH. So new dust boot. I do have obviously a situation going on here. I might have to reseal all this. I'm gonna have to remove all this and redo it because now it's on a different engine. You can't really trust the same gear. You know what I mean? I mean the fit might be different on the block. So actually, I don't know if I can actually test it out today. The carb, in my opinion, is kind of average on the Megatech. It's not the best. This is a messy deal right here. This is a messy deal. What do you guys think? Should I just get a new O-ring? This is real messy over here, what's going down. I don't think it matters. It'll still seal good. This O-ring's still gonna work real good, I think. It's still gonna be better than the old O-ring because it has a lot of ductility. Yeah, it's still gonna be fine. Ductility is key, bros. Ductility. Go ahead, say it with me. Ductility. So the thing is, the O-ring is fine. Once it's pressed down, it's gonna seal real good. Don't worry. Ah, shit. See, the problem is this old Megatech carb. It has like a really weird lip over there for the dust boot. Like it comes off almost all the time. All right, I got it to a degree. I'm gonna keep it right now how it is, and put a little more silicone. That's right. Wonder Bread pronounced ductility. Thank God someone said it. I'm going to add a little bit for dexterity. Could I get a dexterity? Hell yeah. It's going to seal anyway, so whatever's extra, it's going to push out to the sides. Man, I would love a panini right now. You guys hear? McDonald's is back with a snack wraps. Snap wrap, gang. That's right, Big Boys Toys there with a dexterity. Dexterity, both mental fortitude and nitro carb sealing. All kinds of dexterity, Big Boys Toys, okay? Well, many types. What about the McDonald's snack wrap? Could we get a little bit of conversation? I'm hungry if you can't tell. Hybrid is hungry over here, guys. Sorry. Okay. This is going to be facing that way. That's to basically be straight. Yeah, it'll be fine. Here we go. Line it a little bit. Clinch it in there. And then tighten. At will. It'll be fine. I'm holding it real hardcore with my thumb. You could see it's turning colors right now. This is when you use the dexterity of your fingers. All right. It's going. Man, this is when you want to have a better type of pinch bolt, like one with a hex. All right, seems to be okay now at this point. Major finger dexterity. It's useful in many situations, guys. Don't forget. All right, it's hella tight. All right, so our carb is okay now. I think it'll, might need some minor adjustments, but this is clean. All right, so we got the bulk of this engine on. Now it's time to rip this one apart. Honestly, I'm a little tired already. If you guys want me to stick around, let a brother know over here. Oh, Stockman, bro. I grow cucumbers in the yard. I have them for lunch. High water content. Texas Hill, thank you, man. Yeah, but this requires, I have to pull this head to get to the engine. Actually, no, I might be able to get the engine screws without pulling the head. Let's see if I can not pull the head. Please, please, don't make me pull the head. Okay. Oh, thank God. So these are pretty top-level engine mounts, in my opinion. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to give you guys a deep-down view right here. This is the view that we all want. This is like watching a 2000s movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about? Come on. Who here didn't watch Scream and be like, bro, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt? Everyone said that. Everybody said it. All right. Damn, still not out. Okay. So these are pretty great engine mounts. I'm gonna be honest with you. The adjustability on these is insane. Insane. Okay, we got this. Good luck getting these screws out now. Nitro Addiction, man, you have a good night. Okay, we got one. It's a lot of tedious work on these engine mounts alone. But notice, all of this is adjustable. That's right. I knew it. I knew it. What was her name that I just said? Jennifer Love. Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt, bro. Huh? Oh, Melissa heard me say it. She goes, "What about her? I hear someone's jelly." Nah, Melissa, we're just talking about how great she is, you know. It's the truth, guys. Ain't no lies. RC Adventures, what's up, bro? I'm just removing engine mounts right now. This is some dedication. Okay. The main thing, I got the engine mounts out. I'm going to put those in a little bit. So the main thing is, obviously, I don't know the correct spacing, so I'm going to have to do a lot of trial and error. Man, could someone get me a cup of ice for my face? That would be very nice. Unfortunately, when you're out to make Nitro great again, ain't no such thing. As they say, but a chicken wing. All right, let's remove the clutch bell, and I'll try to fit it on the original engine. They opened up this new, I guess, Korean fried chicken place called Bonchon. Anybody ever heard of it? Called Bonchon Fried Chicken. I'm pretty sure it's Korean. Bro, they're like cheapest meals, like $20. They're insane. Okay, we got the clutch bell. I got the bearing. And pretty much all of this was already on this engine, so I don't need any of this anymore. So this engine, it's just a donor engine for testing that I've been using. So we can move it for now. By the way, this Megatech clutch belt is honestly pretty. Look at how giant the teeth are. These are giant teeth, bro. These are like molars. Who here has themselves a good set of molars? This clutch belt does. Plus, bro, Megatech didn't play. It's vented. Look at that. It's freaking vented. You understand? Like, you have to get an upgraded HPI Savage clutch belt to get it to be vented. This ain't no joke right here. This is hardcore. This is vented gains. All right, let me see how this is going to be assembled now again, because I think there should be some spacers, but I'll test out whether I need them. Oh, no. It's a spinner, baby. We got ourselves a major spinner. I gotta say, the Megatech hardware is quite good. That's right, RC Adventures Major Shimone. I'm going to tighten this down and see how it is. I don't think it needed a washer. Yeah, I don't think this had a washer when it was installed. That's it. Bros, look at that. No shims. No washers. Perfect spacing. Perfect spinach. Look at that spinach. Ray Coral, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's going towards the spinach. Major spinach. And not the salad kind. Although I have spinach in the fridge right now. Thanks, bro, Ray Coral. All right. Yeah, so the Megatech accessory is honestly quite impressive. I mean, for, you know, for old setup. Yeah. I mean, you guys understand, during this time period, the HPI was using needle bearings. You know what those are? They're garbage, okay? In fact, I'm sad to say that Kyosho uses needle bearings to this day. But, you know, they use 2 of them, so it's a more efficient setup. All right, guys, now it's time for the engine mounts. I am not looking forward to this. Because the way this has to happen is you basically have to put the screw in, and then, good luck putting this in right there. You see how, like, these long screws, you have to, like, jiggle them into place because they're obstructed by the exhaust port. This ain't no fun over here. It'll go in because, like, if I took it out, it has to go in. It's one of those things, like, it's a Jennifer Love Hewitt type thing. So it will go in, but I think you have to screw it in this way. It's pretty irritating. Yeah, once it makes it in, it'll go in. Here we go. All right, then you can bend it and it'll drop down. See? Drop down, baby. Can I get a drop down? I'm gonna do the other side. I was just a little worried that you might need to take the cooling head off. Sometimes, actually, the only way on several big block engines, the only way to get the engine mounts is to remove the cooling head. But here, they give you just enough space to get the mounts. So the problem is now, I'm going to have to do one of these. And hold the nut from the bottom, and it's going to capture the screw. You guys understand? And I'll be able to adjust the engine mount. It's convoluted, but that's how it works. All right, so this is basically what we're going to have right here. I'm going to hold this, and then with my fat finger, I'm going to pull the nut in, and it's captured, basically, on one side there. All right, I got that one in, I think. Nope. No, yeah, I got that one. Okay. Now I'll do the next one. I'll show you guys in a little bit how this adjustment works. Damn, I didn't get it. I was close. This is the annoying part. You basically have to get... Oh, man. This is hard for me to do good on video. Give me a second, guys. Because the screws don't really come out, so you're kind of just hoping that you're getting it positioned correctly. Okay. This time I got it. Okay, I got that one. Now let's do the second one. These are real good adjustable engine mounts. John, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. It's going towards more glow plugs that I'm going to need soon. So, super thanks, man. You have a good night there too, John. I'll see you on the next one. All right. So let me show you guys how, so far, this is the logic. You see that? We can basically adjust the engine mount in either direction right now. Make sense? Back and forward. So that's going to give us our lateral adjustment. Lateral, baby. I mean, it's a pretty creative setup. And you could still, you know, adjust it once you have it on the car. You can move it back and forth, no problem, and tighten it later. Come on, guys, come on. You gotta admit it. This is a creative engine mount, bros. Is it creative or what? I don't see people saying it's creative. So thank you for that once again, John. Let's do the other side. That's basically how it would work. But yeah, it's a pain to install it. Ray Coral wants to know, hybrid, where can I find the pull starter for my RC10 GT? Now, Ray, you're talking about the old 0.15 associated engine? Okay, yeah, 0.15 associated engine. Well, you saw the RC10 GT I got, the pull starter is killed too. Yeah, your best bet is to buy a parts motor, or honestly, if you have a starter box, it's in your best interest to just use a starter box. You saw how easy it was for me to start it, right? Do you have a starter box, right, Coral, bro? You just need like pretty much any cheap starter box. So I honestly would recommend you just use a starter box. Don't get into finding the pull starts, because then you're gonna have to look for like a parts engine. I don't even have one. You saw. You know, these are like old cars by now. You know, it's I'm sad to say, but some concessions basically have to be made at this point, you know? I mean, honestly, pretty much any starter box is mad easy to use. Oh, you need one, okay. Pretty much any of them will work. The one I was using was just like some old off-the-box. Nothing that spectacular. The thing is, like, I don't even have a functional pull starter for an RC10 GT. All right, let's get this side in. Your best bet is, you know, sometimes you'll be, it's pretty easy to find like a used RC10 GT of that generation, but you know, you're gonna be probably spending like close to $100 on a parts chassis with a dead engine, with the hopes of a functional pull starter. So if you can, like, you know, I guess as people say, bite the bullet and figure out how to use and get a starter box, you're gonna save yourself a lot of trouble. In terms of batteries, it's so okay. So this is how it's held in. You guys see that? And you have adjustment pretty much any direction. Yeah, John, pretty much it doesn't really matter what the brand of the starter box is. I meant Ray Coral. Sorry, bro. Or did I say the wrong person there for a second? I think I might have. Ray Coral, yeah. The wrong username there. It doesn't really matter. You just need a little bit of access to the flywheel. As long as the position, your orientation, you saw me do it. It doesn't really matter. Any brand will work. The concept of a starter box is basically identical on every single box. All they really do is just spin over the flywheel, you know, physically. That's all you're really doing. So when you're pressing down on the top cover, it's just engaging the motor. And it's connected to a wheel, and it's just physically spinning over your motor. That's all it's doing. And trust me, it's in your best interest to get like pretty much any starter box, because you could use it on really any RC you want. You know what I mean? All right, so we got the engine mounts in. I got this in. I'm going to put it in the chassis and adjust the length. This is going to be a little complicated. Oh, no. Damn, we need the exhaust too. Oh, damn. You know what, guys? Anybody tell me what issue I'm going to run into? We're going to run into the exhaust issue because I won't be able to access the screws from the top. Yeah, but basically with the starter boxes, once you get one, you can find like a used one, whatever. I run mine on a single 3S battery. It's very good. You don't even need more than 3S because boxes are really made for 12-volt power. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to put the engine in and then try to test fit spacing, right? Because now that I've moved the engine mounts, I don't know where the correct position is anymore. That's the irritating thing here. All right, I'm going to have to now install the engine and figure out where the spacing is on the clutch bell. You guys understand the logic, what I'm doing right now? I'm going to have to bolt it in so I could have a test fit. This is the annoying part, as I was saying. It's basically going to require me taking the engine out twice. Sickening, sickening. Yeah, Ray Coral, trust me, it's in your best interest. You don't have to worry about really pretty much anything after you get a normal starter box. All right, so I know that this is one of the screws that goes in there. You guys will see what I'm trying to do. This is basically just a preliminary fit in order to get the gear mesh correctly. Otherwise, there's no other way to do this. All right, because I still have adjustment, right? This way. Once I do this, I can tighten the bolts to the engine mounts, the adjustable engine mount, and then I can remove it and put in the exhaust. Bro, do you guys understand what I'm doing right here? Grateful Dabs, what do you have to use the starter box on these days, though? I mean, I know you had a lot of pull start engines. You gave me a non-pull start engine one time. I mean, I meant non-pull start. Sorry, wrong word I said. I still have that track star you gave me, bro, Grateful Dabs, just so you know. It's going to be broken out one day in a buggy. It's just that I really haven't come across any buggies that need a non-pull start engine so far. But one day it's going to go down. So, never forget an engine from a friend, ever. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little gear mesh setting. All right, so let me show you what the logic is right now. The problem is, yeah, Texas Hill. You see how great these engine mounts are? Look. I have a ton of adjustment that I could still do. You see that back and forward? Bro, look at that. You see that? They're not tight right now, but once I get the correct position, guys, this is like the engine adjustment king over here. Look at that. Look how much adjustment I got. And it's still loose right now because obviously I'm not adjusted yet. I'm trying to get the correct position of the gears this way. All right, I think it should be like this. So now I'm just going to press down and tighten the screws. You guys understand what I'm doing? Now I can tighten these screws. All right, that one's good. All right, I think I got it. All right, the bottom I could do that later. I need to remove it to adjust the rest to get the exhaust on. Let me get this screw in. It's pretty dope though, huh? Okay, I think I got the gear, the length at least correctly set. The length. The length is the important part because if it overshoots the spur gears, then you've toasted your gears. All right, that one's tight. I mean, I'm almost done. Damn, the avocado energy, bro. I'll have to invest in an avocado plantation. That's it. The screws are tight. Now this way, no matter what I do, the gears are always going to line up in this position. I just have to adjust, obviously, this kind of mesh now. But I need to get the exhaust in. You can't do it like that. You guys understand the logic here? I mean, Megatech, honestly, they thought of gear mesh. They probably knew that this homie over here going to have a problem with his engine. They're like, yeah, the homeboy over here, he definitely going to have to get another engine. So we better give him some adjustability. Yeah, Texas Hill, you know, after dealing with a lot of different buggies and stuff, you really seldom see adjustability like this on a 10 scale. You know, from a non-pro brand, really. So this is pretty high up in there. All right, now we're going to get the engine exhaust in. And that's basically going to be done. I mean, it's a lot of work, but someone got to do it. Let me tighten up. Now that I know exactly where these should be positioned, it's perfect. Last good deed. How you doing, bro? Let me tighten these up again, real hardcore from this side. Yeah, they probably expected that this noob is going to kill this engine, so we better give him some adjustable engine mounts. That's what I'm going to say. All right, it's tight. I did a good job. And the bolts are actually real good quality. I didn't strip pretty much any of the bolts so far. So there we go. You see from the bottom, you have a ton of adjustability. You can move it back, forward, whatever. Obviously, the pull starter will one day get in the way, but it's solid. Oh yeah. It's I think it's gonna be a fire in a hole today. Okay, let's get the exhaust in. Guys, I'm getting tired. Avocado energy wearing off. Wearing off. Where has my avocado energy gone? Oh, look at that oil that came out of the exhaust. That's icky. I'm gonna have to get a towel. So I was running rich and loud, baby. Rich and loud. See that? When your exhaust pours like that, you're in good shape. Not always, but you know what I'm saying. Damn, if this was during COVID and I used toilet paper for this reason, there'd be a problem. Sickening. Let me get this in. Yeah, even the screws that Megatech used, most of them, like engine-wise, they're not bad. Who's still here feeling the energy? Come on, guys. You feeling the energy? Like that guy, Tony Little? Joey's Ace RC, what's up, man? I know you were doing a stream later on, right? Or did that pass already, bro? I was at work before, sorry. Joey's Ace RC, tell everybody. You're doing a collab with somebody, huh? That's going to be exciting. All right, that's tight. That's tight. Whoa. That's right, Rusty RC. We got a heat wave out here, too. My AC bill's going to probably be $500. In fact, I could probably check it right now. All right, Ray Coral is feeling it. Then I know it's going down. But that's it. I'm going to install this back in, and I mean, it's ready for a test, I think. LN 555, how you doing? All right, Joey's Ace goes. You guys will see it coming up. Joey's Ace, if you have a link now, you know, I could share it if you want. Do you have a link to it? Oh, man, I got like 20% battery life right now. Let me go see. We got to promote the good guys out there. No, so far, no. Okay. Sickening. All right, let us continue, everybody. All right, so I just got to put the engine in and adjust the gear mesh this way, and it's going to be a fire in a hole. That's all, and that's all she wrote, bro. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, I got to say, I did a lot of work today on this. All right, once I get the gear mesh, I think we can go test it out. I mean, hopefully it's a runner. I mean, honestly, this might still need like a break-in tank, because I don't know what the history on that piston and sleeve was. But, you know, we can, I like break-ins. Yeah, and this engine has some proper compression on it. Let me get the screws in and I'll adjust it laterally. Using some big physics words here today. If only I can figure out how to correctly use the word tangent in this video. That would really cheer me up. You know, I like to use words for the smart people that watch this channel. Makes you feel good. Oh, I got it. You know, I figured out how to use tangent. Everybody ready? When I had the RC10 GT on the starter box, if you noticed, the RC10 GT was tangent to the starter box. You guys, you feel me what I'm saying? I know Texas Hill out here knows what I'm saying. He's a freaking engineer. All right. So I got most of it in. Let me just do the gear mesh and I'll tighten it up real well. Okay, it's a little tight. I'm gonna move it out. Oh yeah, that right there is the mesh, baby. That is meshing. That is meshing like the political system did with Trump this particular year. That is meshing. Nope, too tight, too tight. Gotta move it back a little bit. See, when you tighten it up, I mean, when it's in this position, it's a little bit difficult. You gotta like kind of, okay. All right. Oh yeah. The mesh is great. Trust me, the mesh is great. I see it. Let me tighten up the rest of them, and then I'll know for sure. Oh, sick. Guys, we're about ready to go for a fire up. I mean, that's all we can do. This last engine screw is garbage, but it's the original Megatech one. It's obviously stripped. But I got it mostly in right now. Okay, does it roll? It rolls. Gear mesh is perfect. Let's take a close look. You see my spacing on the clutch bell? That's premium, baby. Premium real estate spacing. Guys, got my tuning screwdriver. As long as we have a good carb seal, I think we're going to have ourselves a good fire in the hole. What do you think I should do? Try to prime it right now or heat it up? Oh, shit, the compression is hard. Oh, bro, I can't even lift that. Guys, I don't have much battery life left right now, so I'm going to have to go get it done. Yeah, Texas, I'm going to heat it up a little bit outside. What time is it? 10:33. Oh, man. It's getting late, bros. Let me get my stuff on right here. We're going to go do a quick, baby. Could I get a hell yeah, quick, baby? Melissa said the opposite of that. Yeah, she muttered something, and it wasn't very tangential to my argument. She said, I'm hungry, and you out here blabbing, hybrid. All right, that's good. Let's go get it done, I guess. I don't know. I got the radio in a little bit. Let's go do it. J Post with a hell yeah, I had to do it. All right, guys. I'm going to go out real quick. We're going to heat her up. Let me change the view for a second. And we're going to go do it right now. You'll be able to see in like 20 seconds from now. Got to get out of the area right here. All right, Melissa, can I get a hell yeah? She's not being very positive to my tangential arguments today. Yes, I know that makes no sense. All right, almost ready. Melissa said hybrid. Making Nitro great again takes a while, huh? Close the door, please. All right, my dudes. It's about to be go time. Hopefully. All right. Give me a second, I gotta get ready. Let's heat it up real quick. This is the culmination of all today's tangentialism. The compression is real hard on this one right now, so I'm gonna bull torch it for a little. A new Christianelli spark plug, glow plug too. Let me wait a little bit. I don't torch it too long. When you're in a rush, things go bad. Don't be in a rush. Paige Smith, what's going on, my East or West Coast gangster? How you doing? I just rebuilt this Megatech with a good quality used piston and sleeve. We're gonna do a fire in the hole, baby. All right, let me see what we got. Let me set the idle. All right, I got the idle in a little bit of a high position. I'll lower it as soon as it starts, if it starts. All right, the block isn't hot. I got to do a little more. Give me a second. I heat it up in stages, not to kill the glow plug with too much heat. Make sense? Makes sense. I might have to undo the glow plug because we got crazy compression, bro. All right, let me prime it quick and we'll get down to business. Damn, I'm out of fuel. I gotta go bring my fuel, hold on. All right, guys, this is gonna be the final countdown right now. The proof is in the nitro pudding, as they say. Just gonna fire it up a little bit. The engine is, it's not that hot, it's all right. It's go time, baby, go time. Just put in a new piston and sleeve. Oh, I didn't prime it yet. Damn. This thing is hard to turn over. All right, when it starts, it might flood out. I don't know, because there's a bunch of afterburner oil in there. Let's get it done, guys. You see okay? You see okay? Mark Nugent, let's make it great again. I'm just checking is this plug okay? Oh, need the glow, need the plug removal tool. Melissa, are you watching? Can you get the glow driver removal tool? I mean the glow plug tool. It's crazy flooded. Either that or the plug is dead or this driver is dead. Nah, something's dead. Give me a second. I gotta go get some tools. Let me just test this one. Alright, so this works. Is this plug dead? Give me a second. I'm back. I hope this glow plug works. All right, guys, I loosened it up a little bit. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be... I'm gonna remove this plug. I don't have any confidence. Hold on a second. All right. Let me just check the plug visually. I mean, it's brand new. You saw me take it out. Guys, the plug is bad. It doesn't go red. The plug is bad. The plug is bad. I got nothing on this plug. It's a brand new Christianelli plug. I'm gonna have to use this old plug I had outside here. That's a mystery right there. Yeah, the brand new plug was bad. This other one is red. We're gonna have to use the other plug. It's not new, but that's all I can do for now. Christianelli, bro, he letting me down today. I'm over here struggling. I have to heat up the engine again. Sick. I have to heat up the engine now again. The brand new plug was bad. You always gotta check your plugs. That's a lesson to me right there. That's a lesson to me. All right, a little bit. I didn't do too much heat. All right, let's see. We got fire in the hole. Yeah, I'm sorry with the backwards camera. I'll rearrange it as soon as it fires up. There's no way I can get rid of the mirroring. All right, yeah, now it seems to be working. Oh, all right. Too much compression, too much compression. All right, I undid it a little bit. It's close, I can tell, I could hear it. It's a runner, baby! Remove! Can't kill a Nitro, my dudes. Can't kill it, Wonder Bread and everybody here. That's what's up. Beautiful idle. Oh my God, Ray, everybody. Can I get a hell yeah for that? We made a Nitro great again tonight. I'm gonna let it idle for a little while. It's a beautiful runner. Megatech M16, baby. Running real rich. Gotta tune it a little bit. Bro, the engine, it's like almost room temperature. That was sickening, huh? Wanna do a little more fire up? I think this piston and sleeve is perfect. That was a good start. Gotta raise the idle. up again. There's a lot of oil buildup. Let me get some of it out. I think we got ourselves a sickening runner, bros. I think this was all worth it. Special thanks to the viewer who sent me the used good quality piston and sleeve Tony C. Can you believe that plug was bad? Sickening. That's a fire up. I'm not revving it. This is just a little of a break-in, you know? Nah, Wonder Bread. It has to see. Oh yeah, Lotus, there's a fire in the hole. Alright, a little, okay? It's nice. It's a runner. That's right, Big Boys Toys, bro. Can you believe it? Fired up, beautiful. Running great, no issues at all. Idle cannot be killed. Avocado power. Oh yeah. Even that idle. Super low, huh? Doom Slayer, how you doing, bro? We got a fire in the hole. Alright guys, I'm gonna shut it down, okay? I'm gonna shut it down. Fire in the hole, guys. That's it, I shut it down. Let me put the piston to the bottom. We got insane compression, guys. Insane. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Major fire in the hole with the avocado power tonight. I'm gonna go to the grocery store tomorrow, get the better Haas avocados, you know, the ones that are 2 for $5, not the ones that are 2 for $3. The 2 for $3 are the shit ones, as you know. You gotta get the 2 for $5 ones from Trader Joe's. Guys, the compression is insane. Holy moly, I can't even spit it over. Sick. All right, guys, I got like maybe 3 or 4% battery life. We're probably gonna have to call it a day. I think major success tonight. It's a runner. Finally, we got ourselves a runner. I'm gonna look for an okay cooling head. This one obviously is in real bad shape, but good news is the carb is good. Clutch is good. You guys saw that. Lotus, you have a good night, bro. Clutch is good. Carb is good. Fuel tank system is good. Exhaust is good. Starting system is good. Avocados are good. There's nothing bad. All right, guys, I'm going to be here for 2 more minutes. Only RC Nitro, bro. Thank you for being here tonight and every night. You're a positive fella. And then I'm going to go inside, probably go get some food. You know what I'm saying? Paige Smith, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I got stuff to carry in. Yo, is it supposed to rain in New York tonight? I got to look it up. But major success. I think I'm going to run this thing tomorrow, you know? All right, Dad and Mads, bro, you have a good time with that repair. I think we achieved something very tangent to great success. And that is this Nitro. That sentence don't even make sense, but the word tangent is a great word, all right? I remember it. don't make me break out the graphing Texas Instrument calculator, TI-83 Plus. Who here has or had a Texas Instrument TI-83 Plus? It was $110, all right? All right, my dudes, I think we're going to call it a night now. I appreciate you all. And special thanks to the channel members, people that support this channel. And tomorrow there might be a new video. Maybe there might not be a new video. I'm not really sure. Oh, Big Boy Soy is gonna have a rooster roll. What's a rooster roll? I'm not sure what that is. Here we have lobster rolls. All right, Ray Coral, thank you, my dude. Yeah, so let me just show you, Ray, just so you know. All you're really looking for in a starter box, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be anything like insane. This is an old, actually, did I say off? No, I don't know. The Dynamite, this is a Dynamite. Doesn't really matter what they are. All it is basically a wheel. You press down on this thing, and the wheel has enough space to spin over the flywheel. That's basically all it's doing. As long as the wheel's in good condition, it's pretty straightforward. That's it, guys. Don't forget, stay chillin'. I'll be back with you sooner or later. Major success on this Megatech. You all have a good, positive night.